On November 13th, 1974, Amityville, New York, became the site of unimaginable horror. At 112 Ocean Avenue, the DeFeo family slept, unaware of the darkness about to consume them. Ronald Butch DeFeo Jr., armed with a rifle, executed his parents and 4 siblings as they slept. 6 lives ended instantly. The police were baffled. No signs of struggle, no sedatives, and no one heard the gunshots. DeFeo's story shifted, first blaming a mob hitman, then confessing he heard voices commanding him to kill. The house sat empty, but the spiritual stain remained, festering in the walls. The community tried to move on, but the house waited, patient, for its next chapter. In December 1975, the Lutz family moved into 112 Ocean Avenue, hoping for a fresh start. George and Kathy Lutz, with Kathy's 3 children, saw it as their dream home, spacious, waterfront, and affordable. But when a priest blessed the house, he felt a chilling dread and heard a deep voice command, "Get out!" That night, the house seemed to awaken. The Lutzes had no idea what awaited them. The terror started subtly. Cold spots, strange odours, and eerie sounds. George Lutz felt a bone-deep chill, waking every night at 3:15 a.m., the time of the DeFeo murders. Doors slammed, footsteps echoed, and the family dog refused to go upstairs. Kathy felt unseen hands, woke with mysterious welts, and sometimes levitated in her sleep. George became withdrawn and obsessed with chopping wood, his personality changing for the worse. The children suffered night terrors, and Missy spoke to an imaginary friend named Jody, a demonic pig with glowing red eyes. The house targeted each family member, preying on their fears. The haunting escalated from whispers to screams. The Lutzes were being broken down, piece by piece. The evil was no longer hiding. The family's sanity was under siege. The house was alive with darkness, and it was only getting stronger. The disturbances grew violent. Green slime oozed from walls, heavy objects moved, and crucifixes flipped upside down. Windows slammed, and George saw Jody's red eyes staring from outside. George's health and sanity deteriorated. Rage and obsession consumed him. The family's finances mysteriously dwindled, as if the house was draining them. The oppression was classic demonic, breaking them down, targeting George as it had DeFeo. In the basement they discovered a hidden red-painted room, the Red Room, radiating pure evil. The dog refused to enter. George felt overwhelming dread. The family realized they weren't just haunted, they were trapped. The house was a demon's lair, and escape was slipping away. The walls seemed to close in. The Lutzes were running out of time. The terror was reaching its peak. The final night was chaos, banging, flying furniture, and suffocating evil. The children were terrorized. George and Kathy were attacked by unseen forces. Demonic voices screamed, and reality seemed to fracture. George saw Kathy as a haggard old woman. She saw him as DeFeo. The house was trying to destroy them. In a panic, the Lutzes grabbed their children and fled, leaving everything behind. They escaped to Kathy's mother's house, traumatized and broken. Their dream home had become a nightmare in just 28 days. The story spread quickly, drawing media and paranormal attention. The Lutzes survived, but the scars remained. The house had claimed another chapter in its dark history. The legend of Amityville was born. The question: what really happened in those 28 days? The Lutzes story drew Ed and Lorraine Warren, famed paranormal investigators, to Amityville. In March 1976, they entered the house with a team and a TV crew, ready for a confrontation. Lorraine immediately sensed overwhelming evil and saw visions of the murdered DeFeos. Ed felt the oppressive energy and set up cameras, hoping for proof. The team experienced physical attacks. Lorraine was pushed, Ed knocked down. During a séance, Lorraine claimed a demonic presence declared the house its own. The most chilling evidence: a photo of a ghostly boy with glowing eyes, believed by some to be John Matthew DeFeo. The Warrens concluded the house was infested by a powerful demonic entity. Their investigation gave credibility to the Lutzes' claims. The Amityville house was now infamous worldwide. The evil, it seemed, was very real. As the Amityville story exploded, so did skepticism. Critics pointed to the lack of physical evidence: no tested slime, no film phenomena, and the infamous Red Room was just a storage space. William Weber, DeFeo's lawyer, claimed he and the Lutzes invented the story over wine to make money and help DeFeo's case. Inconsistencies piled up. The priests' conflicting accounts, weather reports disproving key events, and no corroboration for the most extreme claims. Despite this, the Lutzes passed the lie detector tests and insisted their ordeal was real. The debate raged: hoax or haunting. Some saw a get-rich-quick scheme, others believed in genuine terror. Lawsuits and accusations followed, muddying the truth. The story became a battleground for believers and skeptics. The truth remains elusive, buried in conflicting accounts. Amityville's legend only grew. Real or hoax, the Amityville Horror became a cultural phenomenon. Jay Anson's book and the 1979 film terrified millions, cementing the house as a symbol of supernatural terror. The story spawned sequels, remakes, and endless fascination. The house became a tourist attraction, drawing crowds and unwanted attention. Owners changed the windows and address, but the legend endured. Some residents reported peace. Others hinted at lingering strangeness. Amityville became a rite of passage for horror fans and investigators. The house is more than a building. It's a monument to fear. The story refuses to die, forever blurring fact and fiction. The legacy of 112 Ocean Avenue endures. So, was the Amityville haunting real? The Lutzes never wavered, and the Warrens declared the house truly haunted. The infamous Ghost Boy photo remains chilling evidence for believers. Skeptics point to inconsistencies, financial motives, and peaceful later owners. Perhaps the truth lies in between: real trauma, exaggerated for fame. The Amityville Horror forces us to choose what we believe. No proof will ever end the debate. The house keeps its secrets, a silent witness to fear and fascination. Fact or fiction, the story endures. The final question is yours to answer.